How's it going, guys? White Rabbit here. Earlier today, one of you all sent me a message asking for my opinion and my take on a new movie coming out called The Young Messiah. This one here. I had never heard of this movie before, but, I did a little research on it and watched the trailer and quickly realized that there's something off about this movie. For one, the Bible doesn't give a real clear description of Jesus' childhood, so the immediate thought is, where are they getting this information? Well, I was reminded that a long time ago I heard about, in passing, a gospel type of thing that was all about Jesus' childhood. And considering the fact that this movie is all about that, I had to, reason that, it must have been used in part for some of the source material for, what they're trying to depict here. So I did a little digging and I found the Infancy Gospel of Thomas. And sure enough, this is it. Now, this is a pseudepigraphal gospel about the childhood of Jesus that is believed to date to the 2nd century. This is a Gnostic gospel. Now, if you know anything about the Gnostics, they are not biblical at all. Okay? It's very anti-scriptural, to be honest. It has closer associations with Luciferianism if you really dissect it. All kinds of weird things that the Gnostics believe. But anyway, I had to reason with myself that, this must be tied back to this movie in some way. It makes perfect sense. So I did a little more digging. Found the description of the video. The brief summary says, inspired by biblical accounts of Jesus' childhood, Christ the Lord tells a rare and unique story of Jesus and his family as they come to a fuller understanding of his nature and purpose. Right away, red flags went up. Okay? Because, and I'll tell you why, inspired by biblical accounts of Jesus' childhood, as I just showed you, really the only, biblical accounts, quote unquote, are in the Infancy Gospel of Thomas. There might be other ones, but, the depictions of Jesus' childhood in the actual scriptures in the Bible is very sparse. So clearly they have to be getting most of their information from this. Then it goes on to say, Christ the Lord tells a rare and unique story of Jesus and his family as they come to a fuller understanding of his nature and purpose. Boom. Okay, rare and unique story. Infancy Gospel of Thomas. Pretty rare. It's not in the Gospel. Furthermore, it goes on to say a fuller understanding. Well, that's very Luciferian-esque. And the nature and purpose. His nature and purpose. That's very reminiscent of something Gnostic. That sounds very Gnostic to me. So anyway, there's clear associations between those two, in my opinion. Then I look down here and I see Chris Columbus is one of the producers. Now, where have I heard that name before? Well, Chris Columbus is most notable for his work on the Harry Potter franchise. He was an executive producer on the first 2 films and a producer on the 3rd film. Harry Potter is all about witches and magic and all these things that are, anti-scriptural. The Bible makes it very clear that we are not to have any part in those things. And there's a bunch of videos online that you can watch that dissect the Harry Potter franchise and all the nefarious, associations with that film and what they're indoctrinating the youth with. Okay, so let's move on a little bit here. Now it's becoming very clear that there's something nefarious, that there's something very wrong about this film. Obviously it's from Hollywood, so it's not going to be, fantastic, scripturally speaking. But there's more to it than that. If we go on the Wikipedia page about the film, it goes on to say that the producers acquired the film rights to Anne Rice's 2005 novel Christ the Lord Out of Egypt. Apparently it's loosely based on some book that this Anne Rice character wrote. So I pulled up her Wikipedia page. Now listen to this. She was apparently an American author of Gothic fiction, Christian literature, and erotica? That's an interesting combination. I just noticed this. She was raised in a Catholic family. Okay. Down here you can see more Gothic fiction, horror, erotica, fantasy. So, Interesting choice. Interesting literary preferences she has there. Let's scroll down. You can see a list of book series that she has written, including The Vampire Chronicles, New Tales of the Vampires, Lives of the Mayfair Witches, The Wolf Gift Chronicles. So again, you know, just like Chris Columbus and his Harry Potter franchise, we see Anne Rice, almost to an extreme example, going really into, you know, dark magic and satanic, you know, ideologies and things. So, I think it's pretty safe to assume that this film, The Young Messiah, has nothing to do with Scripture, has nothing to do with Jesus' actual life, and has far more to do with Luciferianism and Gnosticism. So, why would they be doing this? Folks, it's pretty obvious. They're trying to set up a one-world religion. They're trying to morph and contort Scripture into something totally unrecognizable. And this is not a film that you need to see. This is not only a film that you don't need to see, this is a film that you should warn others against seeing. This is pure garbage. I recommend you stay away. Okay? So that's really all I wanted to say about it. I know there's, you know, other people involved. I didn't go into too much depth. I pretty much saw everything I needed to see to convince me that this is, you know, no good. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks, and God bless.